This week, I spent the better part of 2 days on board the aircraft carrier USS Gerald R. Ford, as the ship was in the early stages of a limited goal cruise intended to prove out much of the carrier's operating systems with the ships and aircraft of a strike group. Today's podcast is a departure for us as we took part in a number of interviews with key people on the ship. We'll play for you some of the highlights from those comments. As is well known, the Ford's design incorporates several new technologies and systems, all entering service at the same time, and developmental problems with several of those systems are well known. In talking to those operating the systems, we got a general sense of improvement all around. No one is claiming victory, no one declares they're now where they want to be, but virtually everyone we spoke with on the ship takes pains to point to steady improvement. The problematic weapons elevators, 11 elevators that used new electromagnetic technology rather than hydraulic power, are all operational. Several people we spoke with talked about a recent ammunition onload from a supply ship. All said that over the course of 2.5 days, the system performed as intended, and that while there were problems from time to time, none led to any kind of system failure. Some problems were cleared in a few seconds, we were told, while the longest downtime for any single elevator was about 20 minutes. The system at several points performed at a higher pace than the ammunition could be loaded onto the ship, we were told. Another area of concern is the launch and recovery systems, the vaunted EMALS, Electromagnetic Aircraft Launch System, and the AAG Advanced Arresting Gear. We spoke with the officer in charge of maintaining those systems, Ensign Justin Knighton, a newly minted limited-duty engineering officer who spent several years working with the systems. He spoke with us from one of the Advanced Arresting Gear compartments, so there's a good bit of background noise here. But first up, he spoke about the arresting gear.
We've gone from a very archaic way of catching aircraft, per se, with hydraulics that slowly advanced into some electronic upgrades. With this new system, we are able to put less stress on the ship, on the system itself, and on the aircraft. There's a lot more sense of reliability as far as being able to recover the aircraft safely, a lot more redundancy. Like I said, just a lot better overall as far as taking care of the aircraft and longevity of the life of the aircraft and the equipment. So as with all new systems, like I said, I've been here for the last 6.5 years. We're going through reliability. Nimitz class carriers have been around for 50 plus years, so we are, every time we do have an upgrade or we do make a change, whether it's software or hardware, it brings to light different things around it. Other pieces of equipment that it's connected to, other computers that it's connected to, and we're working through the issues. Longevity-wise, we have gotten a lot more proficient. A lot of that has to do with our operators becoming a lot more involved in the systems, having repetition behind the wheel, being able to identify things at quicker levels, and then as new software comes out or we have new hardware changes, kind of take a little step back. It takes us a little time to get used to the new stuff, identify reliability issues, and come through them and work with our engineering team up in Lakehurst to develop what we call engineering change proposal to come through that in the long run. So specifically, we're kind of working on some mostly mechanical stuff. That's kind of sensor issues, things like that. Just imbalances in certain little things. So as far as getting into the technical details, can't do that here, but we are working very hard with the engineering team to come through the very minute issues that we have come across, especially in the last 6 months. So.
You've got General Atomics people on board, right? Techs on board supporting you?
Yes, we did. We do have two General Atomics techs on board, and they've been helping us. One's a software guy, one's a mechanical guy, and they're basically standing by in the event that we need them. So.
What kind of reliability have you got with this thing?
It's definitely getting better. Is it where we want to be in 10 years? Absolutely not. We are getting a lot closer day by day, and we're also doing a lot of the discovery rate for the next 3 carriers that we've already paid for as well. So as far as reliability, we have over 10,000 traps, all of that on board, not to include the traps that were conducted at Rawls, which is the roll-in aircraft landing site up in Lakehurst.
Ensign Knighton then talked about the reliability of the EMALS launch system.
We've gotten very good at coming through minor issues. We do not have hardly any catastrophic issues that take us down for extended periods of time. We do have minor issues here and there that we need to troubleshoot out the day. A lot of that is the mass amount of redundancy and sensors that we do have within the system, and we're working with Navier Lakehurst Engineering to come through the amount of redundancy so we can kind of tailor the system to what we need it to perform at to stay at a highly reliable rate. If the system goes down, depending on where it's at, it could be, you know, a pair of cats down, and that's how the system is designed, and we can come through that. A lot of the stuff we can mitigate, and a lot of the stuff we can really navigate through, but we really haven't had as many issues in the last 6 months than we've had, you know, in the beginning working towards. We've been on a very positive trail coming through, especially with all the engineering change proposals. We've done a lot of engineering investigations on parts that we found non-reliable, that were supposed to be very reliable in the beginning. We've had more robust changes for a lot of those things to make sure that they're not failing. And things have gotten really good with EMALs, especially in the last, I'd say, 2 years.
So when something goes down, they go down in pairs, so the forward cats will be down, but you can still operate the waste cats?
Right, so they can, yes. If certain things happen in high power areas, then yes, the Paracats will be down. But a lot of our issues, especially during the daytime and during operations, it's in non-high power areas, so it has to do with sensor issues or hydraulic issues or little things like that we stop performing on that catapult. We still continue to operate from the other one, and it gives our operators time to go troubleshoot and make minor repairs so we can get the catapult back up. Same as Nimitz. So like I said, we really don't have as many high power issues that we used to have coming through, you know, over 10,000 launches with aircraft. So it's been less affecting to us as far as if we lose a pair of catapults, which is not, it doesn't happen very often, isn't it? So
some people think that if one goes down, the whole system goes down.
And that's not true. It's not completely true. Yes, if we degrade the system so much and we just continue to lose components overall, eventually, yes, the whole system's going to go down. But we've gotten to that point once in the early years of reliability, and that was due to software issues. So yes, that type of stuff where there's miscoding in the software, yes. But again, that was, you know, years and years ago. We have not had issues like that since. So.